There are some movies that entertain you for 2 hours, and then there are movies that completely change cinema forever. And Jurassic Park is one of those movies. Even over 30 years later, it still feels magical, thrilling, emotional, terrifying, and timeless. This isn't just one of the best dinosaur movies ever made, it's one of the greatest films ever made, period. What makes the movie so special is how it starts with a sense of wonder. For the first half, it almost feels like a dream. You're touring this incredible park alongside the characters, and Steven Spielberg lets you soak in the awe of seeing living dinosaurs. The first Brachiosaurus reveal is still one of the most iconic moments in movie history. The combination of the visuals, the reactions from the cast, and John Williams' sweeping score creates this feeling of childlike amazement that movies rarely capture anymore. You're not just watching dinosaurs on a screen, you feel like you're seeing the impossible become real. And speaking of that score, wow. John Williams absolutely delivers one of the greatest film scores ever composed. It's magical, adventurous, emotional, and larger than life. The main theme instantly fills you with wonder and excitement. Even people who have never seen the movie recognize the music. It's one of those scores that become part of pop culture forever, and even separated from the movie, the main theme is just a beautiful piece of music on its own. What's incredible is how the movie slowly transforms from this magical adventure into full-on creature horror. Once the park systems fail and the dinosaurs escape, the tone completely shifts. Suddenly the wonder becomes danger. Spielberg directs the suspense so masterfully because he understands restraint. He knows exactly when to show the dinosaurs and when not to. The T-Rex attack is still one of the most suspenseful scenes ever filmed. The ripples in the water cup, the rain pouring down, the electric fence shutting off, everything about that sequence builds tension perfectly. One thing I love is that a lot of the dinosaur attack scenes barely use any music at all. Instead of blasting loud action music over every moment, Spielberg just lets the silence do the talking. Well, you know what I mean. You hear footsteps, breathing rain, distant growls, or just total quiet. That silence makes attention feel so much more effective because your brain feels in the fear. It's proof that sometimes less really is more. And honestly, the effects still look incredible today. This is one of the most mind-blowing things about this movie. It came out in 1993, and there are shots that genuinely look a lot better than effects in modern blockbusters. And the reason for that is they blended CGI with practical animatronics. The dinosaurs feel real because they existed physically on set in many scenes. The CGI is used carefully instead of overwhelming the screen every second. Modern movies sometimes forget that limitation can actually improve effects. Jurassic Park understood exactly how much CGI to use, and the result is something that still holds up nearly 35 years later. The cast is also fantastic across the board. Sam Neill is perfect as Ellen Grant, even the character with this mix of intelligence, sarcasm, and reluctant heroism. Laura Dern brings warmth and energy to Ellie Sattler, and Jeff Goldblum completely steals scenes as Ian Malcolm, with his chaotic humor and philosophical commentary. Even the supporting cast is memorable. Richard Attenborough makes Hammond sympathetic instead of just a greedy businessman. You understand why he wanted this park to work. That's another reason the movie is so brilliant. It's philosophical without ever being pretentious or preachy. The movie raises huge questions about science, power, control, and man playing God, but it never stops the story just to lecture the audience. The themes come naturally through the characters and situations. Ian Malcolm's warnings about a scientific arrogance feel thoughtful and important, but the movie never feels like it's talking down to you. It trusts the audience to think for themselves. The pacing is also perfect. Even when the movie slows down for dialogue or quieter character moments, it's never boring. Every scene either develops character, builds suspense, explores ideas, or deepens the atmosphere. Spielberg knows exactly when the audience needs intensity and exactly when they need a breather. The humor helps too. There are little moments sprinkled throughout the movie that keep it from becoming exhausting. That balance between awe, suspense, horror, humor, and adventure is incredibly hard to pull off, and Jurassic Park did it effortlessly. This is one of those movies I can watch endlessly and never get tired of. Some movies lose their magic once you know what happens. Jurassic Park somehow gets better with repeat viewings because you start appreciating all the little filmmaking details even more. The direction, editing, sound design, score, pacing, everything just works together perfectly. And for some reason, they've spent decades trying to recreate the magic of the original film. We've gotten sequel after sequel with bigger dinosaurs, more explosions, bigger action scenes, but none of them have truly matched what made the first movie special.
Yes, the few who do succeed will be forced to one-up themselves the next year. And the next, one-upping themselves continually until they're crushed by their own unattainable expectations, just like the Jurassic Park series.
The original wasn't just about dinosaurs chasing people. It had wonder, atmosphere, tension, unforgettable characters, and deeper ideas underneath all the spectacle. That's why it still stands above all the sequels. At the end of the day, Jurassic Park is more than just a blockbuster. It is a landmark film. A movie that changed visual effects forever while still remembering that great storytelling and great characters matter most. It's thrilling, emotional, terrifying, funny, awe-inspiring, and an endlessly watchable, absolute masterpiece. For me, it gets an A+, a 10 out of 10, and a 5 out of 5 stars.